toss, check my nails. Baby, how you feeling? Head toss, check my nails. Baby, how you feeling? Head toss, head toss, head toss, head toss, head toss, head toss, head toss.
Hey, and welcome back to Raw Woman Energy. This is Talisha, and how are you doing? I hope everything is good. The new year is about to approach, so I hope everyone is making their New Year's resolution stand out still in 2025 and bringing in 2026, because why should we wait to become better or do better or go after those goals in 2026 when we can start it now? Yes. If you do not know, this is your girl Talisha with Raw Woman Energy, and welcome back or welcome to the channel. And what we are about to do today is that we are about to talk about breaking generational cycles while raising kids. We are about to do this going over talking points and also affirmations. But before we do that, go ahead and give your girl a like, a comment, and also a subscribe, because your girl needs it. Okay? I am at 11 subscribers and I need to reach a goal. I am giving myself 2 months to get to 300 subscribers by February. So if you are interested in helping me reach this goal, if you're interested in joining the family, go ahead and hit subscribe and leave a comment saying you subscribe, and I will put your name inside of a drawing to win something very special later on, within the end of February when we reach that mark. Okay, so going into the topic, the first thing that we're going to talk about is awareness is the first act of breaking the cycle. So I know a lot of us are raising children with generational curses attached to us, and it kind of makes us scared because we do not know how the children are going to turn out, or we are fearful of becoming like our parents or becoming like our past or what we tried to escape from. So being aware that you are first breaking the cycle is a good thing. You cannot change what you are unconscious of. If you are not conscious that something needs to change, that something needs to do a huge turnaround in your life, then you cannot change it because you are not aware of it. Noticing your reactions, your triggers, and patterns is not failure, it is growth. If we notice those triggers, like I said in my last episode, that triggers are simply information to the nervous system. So if we are recognizing those triggers, or if we are recognizing those patterns, we cannot fail. It can only make us grow. Sorry, y'all. A little tongue tied, but it is not failure, it is growth. I know for me, breaking generational cycles was not being an addict, and also not being in abusive relationships. So, in my past with my family, men have been abusive towards the women, and the men have always been in and out of jail. And the women sometimes have turned to either alcohol abuse or substance abuse to cope with their pain. For me, it was nicotine. I had to stop that very badly. I did indulge in a little bit of marijuana from time to time when I was younger and new to motherhood. But as I got older, shifting away from that lifestyle was a huge turnaround for me and my children, because it made me become conscious of what I wanted to be as a mother, who I wanted to be as a mother, and also who I wanted to be really as a person. So being conscious of the things that you want to change in your life and become a better version of yourself is a huge, huge first standpoint in breaking the cycle, because you have to first start with awareness. I'm going to give some affirmations for you guys. The first affirmation that I want to give is I am becoming aware without shame. Sometimes when you wake up and you are noticing your environment or things around you, you sometimes have a little bit of guilt that wants to kind of brew inside of your tummy and try to make you either continue to do the things that you are doing, because who are you to say you want to change? Or it tries to make you be shameful about your past, but do not be ashamed, because there is nothing shameful about life. There is nothing shameful about not knowing how to first simply just make that first step. There's no shame in how the way your parents had to grow up in the things that they did not have the pleasure or the privilege of knowing. Right now, everything is in the hands of our fingertips. We have cell phones, we have access to the internet, we have all of these different perks of privilege in the hands of our, at the tip of our fingers in our hands. And so back in those days, when our parents were growing up, they didn't have access to those I guess, pleasures and privileges like we do. So do not be shameful at the fact of what you have versus what your parents didn't have, or the fact that your parents didn't have it and they couldn't change for you, because, hey, who said it was their job to break the curse? Maybe it was yours. Also, awareness is my first act of freedom. Once you become aware, you have the option, you have the choice to be free from past trauma, to be free from bad choices, to be free from bad habits, to be free from generational cycles, curses, those things that keep us bound to chains and shackles. So once you are aware, it is my first act of freedom. Another one is I observe my patterns with compassion, not judgment. Give yourself grace, love. It is okay. Giving yourself grace and not judging yourself is the first act of kindness for yourself. And it allows you to start embracing that feminine energy of walking in alignment with knowing that the things that you've been through and the things that you have overcame should be given compassion and grace, because most people do not overcome it. They do not come out of it. They sometimes get stuck in it, and it's sad because they did not have the strength or the information or someone to simply say, girl, get up, I got you, or it's okay, you're strong enough. Or you don't have to be a product of your environment, or you do not have to be that curse that keeps trying to be on your back. It is okay, girl. So a lot of us, or a lot of people, didn't have that compassion. So make sure you give yourself compassion to yourself. The second thing to remember is your triggers are teachers, not proof you're failing. I love the fact of how the way I make the trigger thing stand out as information instead of an enemy, because I know a lot of times we get into this space to where someone may trigger us, and the trigger makes us go into this spiral, either anxiety, it makes us want to stay away from people, it makes us want to hide and not come out. It just makes us be in this point to where we feel like the trigger is trying to harm us or put us back inside of a box. But we have to understand that triggers are teachers. They are proof that you're not failing. So every time when I get triggered, and it's such a beautiful thing because it allows you to keep learning and to keep growing, because I still have to remember that the trigger is not an enemy, that it's simply just information. And I know that the memories like to play over and over sometimes inside of our head, especially if it catches us in a moment to where we're happy and it tries to come out of nowhere with just this hounding thing. And sometimes I talk back to it. Sometimes I let it know that you don't have no power over me. I understand what you're trying to tell me, but I am over it. I have let it go. I am enjoying my moment. I am going to enjoy this special episode here on YouTube that I am watching, or that I am watching on Tubi, whatever I am watching, I am going to enjoy this good episode, and I'm going to enjoy my night and my day, and I am not going to allow you to keep hounding me with things that I am already healing from. But thank you for letting me know that it is still something that we are healing from. So allowing us to understand that is a beautiful thing, and what activates you often comes from what you never tended to in you. So your child isn't creating the wound, they're just revealing it. I know that a lot of the times children play this huge role in making us know that hey, I'm a product of you, and I don't want to be a problem for you, but something in me is telling me that you need some healing because I'm a product of you and I'm your child, and I can see that because I'm mirroring the things that you're doing, and the things that you're doing doesn't make me feel good, and I am picking up on your energy, and every time I pick up on it, it doesn't make me feel good. So when your children makes you makes you get triggered, or make you go into this thing to where you feel like, oh, children are just there, she's always making me mad, she's always da, da, da. She's not doing it in a way to where she's trying to hurt your wounds, or he or she is not doing it in a way to where they're trying to hurt your wounds. They're just letting you know that, hey, you need to tend to that, or they're just revealing it to you in a way that children just know how to do it, and they know how to do it by being annoying. um, my son does it all the time. I do not, well, I don't like being touched that much, but I love giving my children hugs. But for my boundary is that don't touch me without your permission. And I know it might be like, whoa, wait, so your children just can't come up and hug you? I may not want a hug right now. I may not want to be touched. I may be in a space to where I have a lot of things on my mind, and I don't want to be giving off that energy to my children with being fake or being false. So I tell my children, I started this about like a year and a half ago before we moved into this space, but I started this about a year and a half ago, and I told my children, I said, ask before you just walk up to me and give me a hug. Ask me. And so they'll walk up to me and say, hey, can I get a hug? I'm like, sure. And I give them a hug. If I don't want to give them a hug, I say, hey, can you wait about 5 minutes? Let me go just fix what I got going on, and then I'll be more than willing and happy to give you a hug. It's not that I'm dismissing them as my children, or me not wanting to love on them, or give them parts of me. It's just that I'm choosing the energy to give to them, because I don't want to be giving a hug and I'm in really bad energy, and that energy end up being transferred over to them. So making sure that I'm in a space to where I'm willing to give them love, and that love that I'm giving them is pure and authentic, and not in a way to where it's just balled up stress that I'm just passing along to them. Because if you haven't noticed, a lot of the times, like you can be upset and you can be mad, and then like you get a hug and you feel so much better. It's because you just released all that energy onto whoever it is that you gave that hug to. And granted, it's cool that that person doesn't have a problem with receiving it, but I have a problem with giving off negative energy to a child. So for me, that's a no-go. So that's one of my boundaries that I've created about a year and a half ago towards my children. Um, Here are affirmations. My triggers guide me toward healing. Yes, yes, yes. If you are triggered, it's not trying to make your day feel like you are failing, or that you are a bad person, or that you deserve to be in a space where you're always sad. It's just simply saying, girl, you're healing, and it's hard and it's tough and it's painful, but you're getting there. Pausing before I react. I love this affirmation. The pause between reaction gives you that intentional movement. It gives you that intentional reaction, because you are now reacting intentional. I had an outburst today with my child. I didn't pause before I react. And I love the fact that this journey is not just for you guys, it's for me as well, because I'm able to share, moments to where I didn't use my own advice. But I do take my own advice and I do pass along my own advice while still using it and growing at the same time. But hey, I made a mistake today. Hey, I did not use my own advice and I seen what it did and it didn't do well. It made my son look at me like, Mom, and I had to fix it. So, learning to pause before I react is one thing that I am still working on, but love to be able to share that it does work because I use it all the time. But in this particular moment, on this day, I'm on my cycle. I am a little bit I guess, not wanting to be bothered type of day. And so on cycle days, it's really hard for me to utilize the breathing methods and things because my energy kind of be in a way to where I'm just angry for like no particular reason. But hey, everyone's cycle is different. Okay, I am safe enough to respond differently. I love the fact that being in your feminine energy allows you to be safe. It allows you to be in a space to where you know that you can trust yourself. And once you are safe within yourself and you know that you can trust yourself, then you begin to respond differently with things that try to keep you in masculine energy in the past. So I love the fact that that affirmation brings light to us women because being safe is one thing that I think that a lot of us women would choose over being financially secured over. I know that if I am safe, I would choose safety over anything. I would choose a man that would keep me safe versus a man that can pay my bills any day. So I know that safety is one of my key elements, is one of the things that keeps me grounded in femininity. And if I do not feel safe, then I feel like I have to prove and protect myself at all times. And that is a masculine trait. That is not feminism at all. So if you feel safe, then it allows you to know that your children are safe and it allows you to be able to act better in motherhood and also respond and receive better in feminism. Number three, you don't have to parent the way you were parented. This is a shout out because parents sometimes believe that being parents, you have to copy the system. You do not have to copy what was done to you. If that was the case, my children would hate me because I have a little bit of resentment in me that sometimes boils when I think about my past and how the way I was treated as a child. But that is neither here nor there. There is a story time day that one day we will go over and discuss. But right now, girl, get out of my business. But but going forward, yeah, you do not have to parent the way you were parented. Just because something was normal doesn't mean it was healthy. You are allowed to choose a new way. And if they don't like it, screw them because this is your life. These are your children. This is your energy. This is who you choose to be. So don't allow people that do not understand it, that do not vibe with it, that can't relate to it, give you any advice on it because obviously you're still healing from something that was done to you the way that was parented towards you from your own parents. So, if you do not want your children to feel a certain type of way, if you do not want your children to hate you when you grow up, if you do not want your children to have to deal with that trauma that was done to you, which I think is really cruel if you would want it, but hopefully you don't. But if you do not, there is always a better way to choose a new way by simply not having to parent the way you were parented. Here are affirmations for you, love. I release what no longer serves my family. Serving your family. I release what no longer serves my family. I release addiction, is what I had to say. I release abuse, is what I have to say. And I release toxic energy, is what I had to say. I create new standards rooted in love and safety. Creating new standards rooting in love and safety, meaning that this is what I will tolerate, this is what I choose to receive, this is what I choose to allow. If these things do not stand for my new standards, then it is not rooted in love and safety. So making sure that my children know I love them. Every time we wake up in the morning, every time we go to bed, I let them know, hey, I love you. Hey, I love you. When you wake up, I love you before you go to bed. Letting my children know that they can always come talk to me, no matter what day of time it is. Letting them know that, hey, I am here for you at all times. Giving them that knowledge, that I am growing just like you, and that, hey, whatever it is that you need from me, I can give it to you. If you need a hug, if you need love, if you need kisses, if you need for me to protect you, if you need me to walk down the street with you and kick old girls' butt. Sorry. But if you need for me to do that, then hey, I am here for you, letting you know that I love you and that you are safe to voice and be who you want to be. This is a no judgment zone. So mommy does not judge you for who you want to be, who you are, or what you choose to become. I am the cycle breaker. I have been breaking cycles. I'm telling you, left to right, opening up breakthroughs, walking into new portals, new dimensions of just self-discovery. Breaking these cycles is not hard, but I tell you, it is fulfilling to the soul. So when you tell yourself, I am a cycle breaker, I have already broke that generational curse, then love, it is already broken. You just have to see it. You just have to believe it. You just have to receive it. Number 4, regulation is more powerful than control. If you regulate your nervous system, you are inventing or changing, whatever word you want to use. You are changing your mindset. You're changing the way you are responding. Children learn calm through your nervous system, not your words. Your softness teaches safety. So the way that you respond, the way that you act teaches your children, not just your words. Your children can listen to you and it can go in one ear and out the other. My dad used to always tell me, girl, sometimes talking to you is like talking to a brick wall because you don't hear nothing I am saying. And I used to look at him and be like, duh, because what you're telling me, you're doing something different. I don't know if you're going to be in jail next week, sir. That was an emotional outburst. Yeah. But your words can mean nothing. You have to be present. You have to show what you mean versus say what you mean. It's better to show action than to just speak it. My kid is knocking on the door. I am busy. Love you. He's going to still try to come in here. No. Shut the door. Talk to you in a minute. I'll talk to you in a minute. All right, here are affirmations for the day. My calm creates emotional safety. I regulate before I redirect, and peace in me becomes peace in my home. Love, if you are peaceful, peace will stay with you. Peace be still is what they say in Medea's voice. Number 5, repair matters more than perfection. You will not get it right every time. You don't need to. Apologizing, reconnecting, and repairing is how cycles truly break. I let my children know that they are worthy of an apology. I let my children know that they are worthy of forgiveness. So if I do something that is not cool, I apologize for it. If I do something that made me feel like a version of either my mom or my dad, that made me feel uncomfortable, it made me feel like, dang, I wonder how they felt when I just said it because I know how I felt. Then I go to my children, I ask them about how the way they're feeling. They give me their feedback, and if it is due for an apology, then I give them that because they are worthy of an apology, even from their mother. Here is an affirmation. Repair is part of healthy parenting. Repair the damage, love. You have to repair the damage that you have done because obviously your children are acting out or experiencing something that you may have thought was okay, but they felt that it wasn't. It can be you putting your work before your children. It can be you not being interested in anything that your children is interested in. It can be you trying to dictate and prove that you are the parent and they are the child. It can be the fact that you are trying to dominate everything in the world versus then just trying to understand it. It can be whatever that you are experiencing or doing to your children that make them feel like they do not want to connect to you or make them feel disconnected or not interested in even giving you a hey or talking to you or anything in that nature. So repair is part of healthy parenting. Model accountability and humility. Absolutely. My very and most important, I said my most important thing is accountability. If you cannot take accountability, I don't want to be around you. If you can't take accountability, I don't want to talk to you. If you can't take accountability, I don't want to have anything to do with you because obviously you do not see the things that you are doing that is wrong, that is distasteful to me or to yourself, and I cannot be around something that is willingly wanting to continue to cause pain. So for me, if you cannot take accountability and mean it, then I cannot be a friend. I cannot, want to be around you. I don't care if you're family. You can be my mom, my dad, my aunt, my sister, anyone. I do not care. So me modeling the fact that accountability must be held in my household is a number one thing for me as well. My children learn resilience through reconnection. So I have been through some things, my love. And so for me, resilience is one thing that I teach my children in every aspect of every lesson in their lives because through that it allows them to reconnect to themselves and let them know that they are not weak, they are strong. And it also lets them know that, hey, feminine energy is a very powerful tool. It is a very powerful thing. And also with my son, I also allow him to know that just because you have a feminine trait, it does not mean that you are a weak man. It just simply means that you are an in tuned one. So for me, I allow him to be masculine, but I also allow him to be feminine as well, because just because you walk around with your sisters and just because you say certain things and act in a certain way does not mean I am going to hold that over your head and make you feel like it is wrong. Number 6, feminine energy heals through presence and not pressure. Feminine energy leads with intuition, softness, and emotional attunement, not force or fear. I am not going to force anything upon anyone that feels as if they have to do it because I said so. No. I am going to be present in everything. And if you feel like you want to do that, then so be it. But I am not going to pressure you into doing something that is going to make you later feel uncomfortable, later make you feel like, hey, I know I shouldn't have done that, or anything else in that nature. Now, challenging your children is different from pressuring. Giving your children a challenge is one thing, but pressuring your child into that challenge is another. Um, Here are affirmations as well. I lead with softness and strength. Being soft is not a weakness. A lot of people try to make that softness is weak. No, softness is strength. I am calm enough to know when to react and when not to react. I am strong enough to know that my softness is my strength, and just because you do not understand it does not mean that I am weak. My presence is grounding. I stand firm in my belief. I stand firm in who I am as a woman. I stand firm in my feminism. I stand firm in motherhood. So for me, presence is one thing that we have to carry within ourselves. Being I guess what's the word I'm looking for? I don't want to say assertive. Being confident in who we are. I trust my maternal, sorry, I trust my maternal intuition. Yes, maternal intuition, your womb, your gut. That is what you need to trust. Learning how to be soft and trusting yourself allows you to trust your maternal intuition. If you do not feel safe, it is going to be hard for you to trust that maternal intuition, because that comes from a place of safety, because it starts in your womb. Number 7, breaking cycles is slow, sacred work. Y'all, when I tell you it's slow. Okay, it's slow like my turtle Grumpy once was. Rest her soul. But yes, baby, breaking cycles is slow, sacred work. This isn't about overnight change. It's about consistent, conscious choices over time. Learning how to change who you are and become who you want to be. That is slow because it is not an overnight process. It is a process that takes time. It is a process that takes commitment, and it's a process that takes consistency. Right now, I am practicing consistency by continuing to keep posting and being connected to you guys on YouTube. So please don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment, and share this video if you are interested in it and are wanting to know more about parenting and also feminism. Here are affirmations for you. I honor the piece of my healing. Make sure you congratulate yourself. Honor those milestones. Be proud that you are overcoming and then stepping into those cycles that are now breaking, and or stepping out of those cycles that are breaking and stepping into new ones that you choose to create. Every small shift matters. It doesn't matter if it's a little bitty turn or if it's a major 360. Every shift matters because you're getting closer and closer to that journey of being healed. I am building a legacy of emotional safety. Making sure that you're not passing down those generational curses of emotional distraughtness, emotional trauma, toxic energy, but you are deciding to build a legacy of emotional safety, that your children can learn to be in tune to themselves, be emotional, well balanced, be emotional healed, be those things to where when they go out into this world, that when challenges face them, they do not be scared and run, but they learn how to move with that resilience that you built inside of them, and that they are learning that they can tackle everything by simply being present and not responding in a toxic way, but responding in authority and power. Number 8, your children benefit from the work you do on yourself. Whatever you do towards yourself, your children benefit from it, because your children eat from that. They mirror from that. Healing yourself is not selfish. It's one of the most loving gifts you can give your children. So for me, this healed version that I am trying to become, that I am trying to build, that I am trying to walking into, but continue to walk into, is a beautiful thing, because I know that my children will reflect on it. I know that my children will benefit from it, and I know that they will eat from it later on in life and pass it on down to their children. Here are affirmations. My healing ripples through generations. I give my children what I once needed. That is one thing that really touches my heart and my soul before we close out and do our closing anchor. But I give my children what I once needed. I once needed love. I once needed support. I once needed safety. I once needed reassurance. I once needed a hug. I once needed um, consistency. And so for me to be able to give my children that is a beautiful thing. And the fact that I did not have that and is giving them that is one thing that I chose to do when I decided to break these generational curses, these generational cycles that has hunted my family for quite some time. So yes, love flows forward through me at all times. This is our closing affirmation. I am breaking cycles with awareness, grace, and love. I choose presence over patterns. I am the safe place I once needed, and because of me, it ends here. That is the episode for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was fun for me. I hope it was fun for you. I hope it was a little bit entertaining. Today was a beautiful day. I slept, I rested, I woke up, I bathed, I did this podcast, I did a little reading, I baked a little bit. My biscuits didn't come out as I thought that they would have, but hey, trial and error, right? Practice made perfection. So, I transferred some of my plants over into my InQ, my little micro baker thing, and hopefully my plants grow beautiful, tall, and strong. And so today was a beautiful day, and I hope everyone is breaking generational curses so that their children don't have to experience the things that they experience as adults. This is, or as a child, my bad. This is Talisha with Raw Woman Energy. If you are wanting to heal, if you are wanting to become a better version of yourself, then go ahead and subscribe to my channel. And also head on over to school and sign up for my 6-week, 6-module course. The first week is free. After that, it is $20. If you want to heal, if you want to grow, if you want to become better, join the journey. And hey, empower women, empower women. Stay strong. Love you. Bye.